How's it going? I'm Nick with Gr8ter Veterans. A lot of you have been asking me what is next for our organization, what are our plans, and yeah, a lot of that stuff. Here's what I'm going to deliver. I'm going to deliver you a message about some stuff that's been brewing in my head first and foremost, and then I'll tell you on the event that we plan on bringing to you guys next. So, first off, my message is this. I've been reading a lot of emails. I've been doing a lot of soul searching these last few weeks, really these last 6 months. And here's what I plan on doing with Gr8ter Veterans going forward. So, listen up, take notes, and please, for the love of God and country, do not misquote me. You got a question, ask me direct. So, here's what's going on. Here's what I believe. Here's what we're going to do. Gr8ter Veterans, myself, and my board will be 110% committed to helping veterans, being the voice of veterans and the community, in any community we are a part of, regardless of race, regardless of branch of service, regardless of sex, and most importantly, regardless of political views. My number one thing in my life is the Constitution and my family. Okay. I believe everyone has constitutional rights, and I believe they need to be protected and followed. If you don't like the way someone dresses, great. You don't have to dress that way. No one's telling you that. I've talked to some people that have brought about a positive change in my life lately in terms of that. Recently, I talked to KB Beck, Kristen Beck, better known as Chief, the Navy SEAL that was a part of a infamous SEAL team that came out after she retired from service, about some of the struggles when, uh, you know, she decided that she felt more comfortable as a woman. And that brought some important insight. With that being said, we do plan on doing our next event April 28th in Spokane, uh, at a venue that a lot of local people love. And it will be announced once everything is confirmed contractually. And Chief is planned to make an appearance as well as speak. I've talked to Tony, the owner of Wooby Shoes, Special Forces veteran, doing a lot of great things in our community. I've been talking to a lot of people. So, what I'm getting at is, we're going to start going forward, and we're going to start doing things in a lot more positive manner, a lot more open manner. And, I'm going to talk about here for a minute what I believe America really is and what our forefathers wanted. In response to some of these local school shootings and incidents in our country. Here's the deal. If you don't like guns, don't buy guns, okay? If you don't like that someone believes a certain way, great. No one's telling you you have to believe that way. And that's what I want to get across as a whole. A lot of these school shootings are all the way back to, Columbine, the first known school shooting, were because people made fun of people for being different. You know what? My whole life, I've never marched to the same beat as everyone else either. A lot of my family was primarily Navy and Air Force. I joined the Army. A lot of my family had not gone to college. I went to college. I got my master's in criminal justice. Everyone told me when I first started this nonprofit, you'll never get it off the ground. We have a 501c3 as well as a trademark on the logo. So, you can use it, but at least ask me first, please. My brother happens to vote very differently than me politically. I love him to death. He also has a friend who is gay, and he had a hard time coming out. But I've known this guy before he came out, and still a great person. So Shin, I got a lot of respect for you. Chief, we already talked, and you know how I feel, but it takes a strong person, especially in the community that you're a part of, to come out and openly admit what you did and openly be who you are. And that's the point of this video. Is I want to encourage anybody to start thinking about everything in their life a little bit more, myself included. I want you to be who the hell you are. I mean, life's too short. You got one shot at this, so let's make it a damn good shot and be who we are. That's what I'm getting at. Don't focus on towing a party line or this, that, and the other. Let's let people be who they are, and that's what we want at our events, and that's why we're bringing up who we're bringing up, and that's why we're going to start doing things the way we're doing things. Like I said, Chief is a damn good person, and Chief, this is a video testament. I will have your six 100%. I mean, I'll tell you flat out, you'll probably still outshoot my ass and outfight my ass, but for what it's worth, I'll have your six. Tony, you already know I got a lot of love and respect for you, brother. I just want people to be themselves and stop focusing on this toe the party line crap. So at our next event, I want to see our best turnout yet. I want to see everyone interacting with our guest, and I want everyone, and I mean everyone, to feel free to be who they are. If you don't like something about somebody or a thought, great. You don't have to think it, you don't have to believe in it, and you don't have to do it. But my God, let's just start letting our neighbors be who the heck they are. Stop being judgmental. I mean, if you're Christian, great, but the Bible says the only one that's supposed to judge is God himself. So, I'm going to be, from this day forward, less judgmental. I don't want any constitutional rights touched. I believe if someone doesn't like guns, they shouldn't own them, definitely, and that's never going to change. But I want to start focusing on more of a positive message with our organization and in my life, and it starts now. So, I'll tell you some truths about me that people don't know. I'm really not always an asshole, I promise. I like beer sometimes. I don't get intoxicated. I like tattoos. I listen to all sorts of music, not just country and heavy metal. There's a lot of positive people in my life. Some I've mentioned. Our original reporter, Molly Trotter, is doing a lot of good things. So, Molly, love and respect to you. Tony from Movie Shoes, I mentioned. My buddy JP in DC, he's doing a lot of good things. JP, I'm not going to give your full name on here for obvious reasons. But love and respect, brother. He's called me to help me through some rough times. Sagan and Nick from Hell Sagan, great people. They encourage people just to love one another, respect each other, and turn the music up loud. Sagan, great message, man. I love you and Nick to death. You have my loyalty. Ashley from Lost Elysium, Ryan in the band from American Grim. You guys are awesome. Scars at Hilltime or some other bands I've talked to, you guys are good. So I love you. Dave Bray is another artist we're talking about bringing up. He's a veteran himself. Him and his wife, Becky, are great people. Support law enforcement in the veteran community very well. Sailor Jerry, I've talked to recently. We might do something down the road. Who am I forgetting to mention? Some of my sponsors, thank you. Girls Gone Grunt, you guys are awesome. You have a show like none other out there, and I love being on it. And maybe we'll do something again here soon. So I love you guys. Know I got a lot of respect for you. My friend Gordon, who's a vet, who wrote some books. Your quotes still inspire the living heck out of me. So I don't want to tear up. So pardon me. I'm not trying to show my sensitive side here too much today, but respect. Nate Boyer's doing a lot of good stuff, not just veteran, but humanitarian. So Nate, respect. Melissa Jensen, respect. I want to start being thankful for the positive people in my life and hoping that that's the message Gr8ter Veterans gets out to you guys, What else? Okay, so here's a little personal information I'll lay on you guys. So buckle your seatbelts. So someone asked me why I went and got my master's in criminal justice. I wanted to change things. I wanted to be about doing things ethically and morally, and my injury prevented me from going into the field. And, I don't want to put other people's business out there, so I won't say a name or who publicly. But a member of my family that's very close to me was molested growing up, and that was a big inspiration for me to go out and pursue the degree and ultimately attain my master's in criminal justice. So that's what led me to do what I do. Gr8ter Veterans, again, the creation of that is I was sick and tired of not enough help being there for veterans and veterans not being there for veterans. So I'm going to start being careful about, who I bring up as a speaker. Our last debacle taught me that, and I don't want to really say any more and dwell on the negative or the past. But going forward, I want to be a lot more positive. I want to support everybody in the community, in the veteran community, and it's going to take all of us to make this country great again, starting by talking to your neighbor, appreciating each other's differences instead of hating each other for it. And I think that's what we need to do. So I want to express a heartfelt invite to our next event. Everybody will be welcome going forward. I sent Phil Tyler, who's a well-known community figure here locally in Spokane. I sent you a message through Facebook. So Phil, this is my personal invitation. I'm not trying to call you out, but you're a veteran yourself. I would invite you to speak at our event and would be humbled and honored if you would show up and do so. Phil, you got my number, so let's talk. I've been meeting with a lot of people, man, and it's just been changing me for the better, just opening my eyes to different things and make me realize, what's important in this life. And ultimately, your happiness is something that only you control. If you're happy with the man, the woman in the mirror, then so be it. Who gives a damn what anyone else thinks? I mean, not everyone's going to be a gym rat. Not everyone's going to be skinny. Not everyone's going to do this. I'll tell you straight up, I love the hell out of some hamburgers. I like beer. I like whiskey, and I like my music loud. And that's who I am. Great. So be it. So I employ everybody to be who you are. Love each other. And I'm not trying to sound like, or get labeled as a hippie type. But come on, let's take some of these dang labels off ourselves and just be humans. Be great Americans and talk to one another. I mean, my God, social media has made everyone afraid to talk person to person. If you want to ask me a question, my God, ask me. Just don't ask me what my favorite dinner menu is, because my God, I'll probably get it wrong. It changes day to day. But and I want to give a quick shout out to two other people that have played key roles in my life other than my grandparents, and that my wife, Anita. I love you to death. You know that. It's been almost 17 years, and my God, this ride's played what on me. So you're a saint. You deserve angel wings. You should probably get that as your next tattoo, because my God, I know I'm a handful to put up with at times. My kids, I love you to death. You guys are awesome. Without you, I couldn't do this, and couldn't do a lot of what I do. The veteran community that does support us, thank you. The music community, local community leaders, I appreciate you guys more than I can ever express. My tattoo artist, Bryn, you're awesome. My friends, Sarah and Jeff, they supported me when I told them I was going to go on this journey, and thank you guys very much. My board, love and respect for you guys. Les, my photographer, Heather, our former photographer. I can't talk, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep from letting a little water leak. These dang onions are getting to me a little bit here, but that's that as far as that goes. So our doors are always open to everybody. They're going to be this event, the way we're building it, to be a good fundraising event, but to also be a good fun event. Their expenses. So to help us out, what we're planning on doing is $150 a ticket. We'll launch it through Eventbrite once everything's confirmed, and I'll announce it. $150 is going to get you probably a Friday night private party with some of our guests, a little hang around time, some beer, some questions, etc. We plan on having Chief there for that, possibly Dave Bray, depending on the flight schedule. Tony will be there, as well as some of our other family, and that's kind of what we're looking at doing now. Also, $150, the event night will get you in early to get merchandise before it gets bought out from us as well as our guests, and some more one-on-one time. It'll get you in front of our banner to get your picture taken by our photographer, Les Radner, who, even though he's a crazy British Navy vet, Les, I love you, man. You're always a good time. You're always an ear to talk to and always someone to set me straight, man. So much love. So that'll be fun. General admission is going to be $50. And again, this is to help us raise some money to keep this ball going forward. And, if anyone in the community wants to get a hold of me, do it through the Facebook page, please, because it's a lot easier to answer emails and set up meetings than it is to answer my phone all the time, because, sometimes it does get tough when you're trying to spend some family time, because I do hold down a full-time job as well. Some other veterans I just want to thank that came to my aid when I was going through a little rough patch, that aren't on the board, but I hope to add are Colleen Hall. I want to thank you for being a rock and giving me some inspiring words. MJ, I want to thank you as well. You're not on my Facebook. Well, you're not on Facebook, but you know who you are, so thank you. Brandon Rosen, thank you for continuing to fight. Jim Doherty and Sheila Doherty, and the local VVA chapter here. I love all you guys. Councilman and VFW Post Commander Mike Fagan, you're always there to offer advice, so thank you. Laura Rentz, keep fighting the good fight with your K9 program. You'll get there, and of course, we'll support you. And I can't wait to officially announce this event, and we're working our butts off, believe me, and this is going to be a good one. And I want it to be our best turnout yet, so just hang on tight, but just be you, be who you are, and know that Gr8ter Veterans, as well as myself, will support you in any way I can. And, it's not going to be easy. It's tough. Excuse me. Sorry, these freaking onion ninjas. And, there's a lot of good people. I could do this video for an hour. So, like it, share it, like our page. That helps us get bigger sponsors involved, which lets us do more and get this ball rolling even faster. I'm sorry. It's hard to talk sometimes. So, yeah. And that's what we're working on. So like I said, be you. Don't be afraid to be you. And don't be afraid to agree to disagree. It's part of what humans and what adulting's all about, even though it's not fun at times. And if I can help you in any way, veteran or non-veteran, you know how to reach me. And if you don't, Gr8ter Veterans Spokane on Facebook. My direct email that goes right to my cell phone is Richardson, RICHARDSON 748@gmail.com. My cell phone number is on there, but in case you don't want to look for it, 509 is my area code, 953-3515 is my number. And hey, everybody, just keep doing you and being you, and let's get it rocking and rolling. Talk to you soon.